Welcome back to Florida Man Sports. My name is Jacob Hopkins. Now, this is not the studio I normally find myself in. This is my home studio, or also known as my bedroom. Right now, we're in the prime season for the NBA, and when I say the season, I mean the postseason. Right now, we're in the middle of the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. It's conference finals time, baby. I love it. As a Heat fan, we normally find ourselves here. Well, RIP Jimmy's leg. Anyway, back to the whole point. The Boston Celtics hosted the Indiana Pacers in what was, pretty good game one overall as far as game ones go. No games have gone to overtime in this playoff run. And, well, spoiler alert, this one does go to overtime. Anyway, Boston did anything, and I mean anything they could to blow this game. They let big men shoot from outside the paint. They're turning the ball over when they really need points. They're allowing open passes inside the paint. Boston, their only saving grace was the three ball. They had guys like Al Horford hitting threes. I mean, yeah, that's not Al Horford, but this next one is Al Horford. He was on that last national championship basketball team from Florida. That's back in the 2000s. That's how old this dude is. This game, however, came down to a Jaylen Brown clutch three in the corner after being trapped with 5.7 seconds to go. That was Indiana's only chance of winning that game by holding them off and, of course, not sucking toward the tail end. And the final score of that game would end up being 133 to 128 in favor of Boston. Indiana had every chance in the world to win that game, but they blew it on an inbound pass that bounced off Pascal Siakam's hands and hit the out-of-bounds line. Now let's go over to the western side of the conference finals, where the Minnesota Timberwolves took on and hosted the Dallas Mavericks. Yes, this was a close game. Yes, it was a good game. But there's really only one player we're here to talk about. That's Luka Doncic. Yes, I realize he's not nicknamed the mid-range bandit, but give me one reason why he's not. He'll knock down a mid-range shot just like any of your uncle's favorite players from the 1970s. I mean, you want to see a three-pointer? Well, Luka's going to stand there, make it a little bit contested just to make it more interesting, and then just hook up a three-pointer like he's Nikola Jokic. This game just was really in the hands of Jokic as well. We find ourselves with an 8-0 run toward the end of the game, where you see it's 98 to 102 in favor of Minnesota. Yeah, I read that backwards. Hey, watch this. Here comes Luka's step back three. Well, they would go on an 8-0 run and then end up winning 108 to 105. Luka Doncic might be the new part-time owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He put up 33 points because they have, Jaden McDaniels. Anyway, let's go over to the WNBA real quick. They've been catching fire. They got Caitlin Clark. She's kind of the face of the league. She's played 5 games, which, by the way, the Indiana Fever are 0-5 while we're talking about Indiana losing. Womp womp. Anyway, there's kind of a reason that the Fever had the first overall pick, and that's why they're 0-5. Caitlin Clark was supposed to be this prodigy, take over the league, and she's really just having a welcome to the league moment. She's actually leading the WNBA in turnovers in a bad way. She's averaging almost 6 a game. But, something good did come out of the WNBA recently. On Thursday, the WNBA announced that Toronto will be home to the league's newest team, and they will start play in 2026. The Canadian franchise will grow the WNBA to 14 teams. Another expansion franchise, the Golden State Valkyries, will begin their play in 2025. The Toronto team will be the WNBA's first franchise outside of the United States, and exhibition games in Canada over the last 2 years have proved to be popular. Well, that's my show for you guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll be back, Monday morning just to recap what's going on during the week. The plan is, post Friday morning, post Monday morning, go over the weekend on Mondays, go over what's happened during the week on Fridays. Well, for Florida Man Sports, my name is Jacob Hopkins.